Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my top 20 of 2020. And the goal is to upload this in the new year. We're gonna be counting down to my top 10. And by top 10, I mean my top 5 and bottom 5 perfumes. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I only had 5 perfumes that didn't work out for me at all. And I'll go over that. And then I had like 25 top perfumes and narrowed it down to 15. So I do want to do a part 2 to this video where it's like a love at first sniff. And those are the 10 that I pulled aside that maybe I didn't revisit them because I hauled a lot of perfume during the year, or I just got them in my collection. So my love at first sniff could definitely change. But these are perfumes that not only were they love at first sniff, they are perfumes that I've worn on multiple occasions. Sorry if you hear my dog. He has the zoomies. I've worn these on multiple occasions and I love them. Like, they're perfumes that I've talked about several times on my videos, and they're perfumes that as of now, I don't see them leaving my collection. Now, things could change in a year, your nose changes, but there are perfumes that I look forward to wearing. There are perfumes in here that are like summer freshies, and I'm already looking forward to wearing them in summer. So I do have 15-ish, because I did group some together, but they're grouped, and I'll explain that. Let's go ahead and get into the list. We're gonna start this video off with Jean Paul Gaultier's La Belle. This is just a sexy, juicy pear with like a woody vetiver dry down. I know a lot of people that don't care for this. The vetiver at the base kind of bothers them, but it's one that Dennis doesn't care for. He says it smells a little cologne-y to him, and he compared it to 1 Million by Paco Roban. So sorry if you guys love this perfume, because I know Paco Roban is a cologne that gets hated on in the men's side of Fragcom. But I would see some of the larger perfumers talk about this back in 2019, the summer of 2019. Ouch, I think it's Ouch. I don't know if it's 110, 111. Delicious Delights, Jeremy Fragrance. A lot of people talked about this in 2019, but we couldn't get it here in the States. So a lot of us didn't get this perfume until 2020. And my girl Tara, Opinionated Scents. Back then she was just a subby, now she's a YouTuber. I'll have her information linked down below. But she had told me where Delina is Bay, and Delina is in here because I discovered Delina in 2019, but that is a top for me. She said where Delina by Parfum de Marly is Bay, La Belle is Boo. Okay, so then this next one I got in spring. This is Florabotanica by Balenciaga Paris. And this is unlike any floral I have in my collection. I talk about this perfume. I will try to link where I review these perfumes, but this is a green, kind of a dry floral scent. But there's this greenness to this perfume, which I'm sure is from like the cannabis, the plant. I've never smelled cannabis plant, so I'm assuming that's what that's from. But yeah, there's like this fresh green floral scent. Again, I'll link a review to this one because I haven't worn it since spring, because I do wear certain perfumes during certain times of the year, but I do know that this was love at first sniff, and it is one that I wore in spring, but a little bit of this perfume goes a long way. This perfume can be very headache inducing. Next up is another one that is hard for us to get here in the States. Like, every time I would see this scent, if you didn't pick it up that day, it would sell out. And that is Scandal by Night, again by Jean Paul Gaultier. And this is just a buttery honey cherry tuberose scent. That's what it is. It's sexy, it's sweet, perfect for fall and winter. Yes. It's I don't want to say creamy, because it's not like whipped creamy, but just when you think of butter, the consistency of butter, and not buttered popcorn, just butter. And then again, like, think of a cherry dipped in honey and that is the scent. But I find that the cherry and the honey balance each other out, so this doesn't lean too honey and it doesn't lean too cherry. It's very beautifully balanced. Gorgeous, gorgeous scent for fall and winter. A sexy gourmand. Another similar scent, I would say the more daytime but still fall winter scent to that one, is Girl of Now by Elie Saab. I want to say I got the original to this one in 2019, so that's why this one made it in 2020. I don't know if I said it, but it's Girl of Now Shine by Elie Saab. So not the original, this one is the Shine version. And the original I got because of Emmy Ever After. That was like a perfume she always talked about, and I just had to get it. This smells very similar, but the pineapple note really makes this one it's a little bit more juicy, like fruit juicy. And again, I've mentioned, comes off a little like cherry almond on my skin. And I don't think there's cherry in here. And not that this smells overly cherry, but the mixture of the notes, the pineapple just, it gives me that kind of cherry almond vibe. I'm looking forward to wearing this scent in summer. And that is Olympea by Paco Roban. And this is what I just call my by the beach golden hour scent. When I think of this scent, I think of standing by the pier of like one of the beaches here and the sun is going down. This is very much a fresh, salty beach air kind of scent with a hint of sweetness. Like I can almost imagine going to dinner on a hot summer day with Dennis when the sun is going down and I'm wearing like maybe one of my beach dresses. This is what I would be wearing. Very, very beautiful scent. So this next one is probably another one that you're not gonna see much of a dent, but I went through the sample of this perfume. It was a love at first sniff and I've worn it on several occasions already. So that is Jasmins Marzipane by Maison Lancome. And I would say if I had to pick between Oud Bouquet and this one, this is the one I would pick. And this scent isn't anything crazy, but I don't know what it is about this scent. It's just so pretty to me. This is a very pretty musky jasmine with a slight woody dry down. I know some people pick up nutty, like a nuttiness, and they pick up the vanilla. I haven't gotten that yet. I wouldn't want it to get, ooh, you know what? I just got the nuttiness. So there is like, this is why perfumes need to sell. I still don't get like the vanilla hard on this one. I believe that there's bourbon vanilla in this one. But yeah, but I'm happy that this isn't like an overly sweet scent. Next, we have Twilly D'Hermes. Oh my goodness. And this is a very, it's just a very uplifting, inviting, invigorating scent, which I think is like beautiful for brunch. Something I would want to wear around the ladies. As this dries down, I do get kind of a clean soapiness, and the ginger in here is one that I love. I have ginger in a couple of my other perfumes, but it's done very well in here, and you do pick it up from the opening and throughout the entire life of this scent. Then next we have Zadig and Voltaire. This is her, and this is just a lactonic, creamy, and when I say creamy, I mean like whipped cream, not like thick condensed milk. I mean like a fluffy, creamy, airy sandalwood scent. This reminds me of Cloud without the sweetness, because the sweetness in here is over time. This is a scent that I think with time gets sweeter, but not too sweet. It has like this beautiful hint of sweetness. So next up is actually a newer one to my collection, but I've already put a little dent in her and I've already worn her out 3 times. I took her for a spin, and that is Kayali Elixir 11. And this scent was love at first sniff. you guys know I love like my boozy scents. And when I say boozy, that doesn't mean that there is liquor or alcohol in the scent. There might be, but what certain scents do to my nose is they smell like wine, like a fermented fruit. And I've already said in my last haul that this is like a fermented apple. So this is an intoxicating fermented rose apple scent. And one thing I've learned in 2020 is I used to think I didn't like rose scents, but I actually do. But I grew up smelling more of your vintage rose scents, and I enjoy more of the modern rose scents that have been coming out. But this is one that actually does smell like your more vintage rose, but with that fermented apple. Guys, this scent is stunning. Okay, so this last set before we get into my top 5 could have easily been in my top 5, but since I'm cheating and there's 3, I'm gonna put them in this little bunch before I count down my top 5. But I grouped these together because these are all flankers that smell similar to the original, but they're definitely more wearable and they all have their little thing going on. But that is the Angel flankers, and we have the 2 Eau Croisière perfumes and then the Angel EDT. And I'll just go over these really quick because again, they all have the Angel DNA that I love, but the Angel EDT is one that is more of a wearable Angel with like a apple essence kind of fresh kick to it. Again, very wearable. If you love Angel, get this. It smells like Angel, but a more fresh, crisp apple. Not only apple, it's not like the only thing in there, but I do get the apple and it's gorgeous. And then we have the Eau Croisières, and these are supposed to be like their vacation scents. Croisière is like a cruise ship in French, I believe it is. So this was released in 2019, and this is more of your mango daytime version if I had to describe it. And this is more of your night creamy coconut if I had to describe this one, and this was the 2020. And this doesn't have coconut, at least they don't list it, but it has fig, which is known to give off like a coconut kind of scent, and that's what I pick up the most. Both of these do have the Angel DNA, but again, this one's more mango and this one's more coconut, and I love both of them, so I couldn't pick, so I just grouped them together. So that is, again, the Angels, Charlie's Angels, Mugler Angels. Okay, now we're down to my top 10 bottom and top picks of 2020. So we're gonna go ahead and get my bottom perfumes out of the way, and I'll pop in a picture, and then we'll go over my top 5. The first 2 I'm gonna mention, well, all of these scents aren't bad scents, first of all. I don't like to say a scent is bad because what might work out for me might not work out for you. I'm always going to be that kind of person. I know some people get a little sensitive when it comes to fragrance. I also do want to be honest, so if something smells bad on me, I'm gonna let you know, but I'm very much gonna let you know that that's how it plays on my skin. The first 2 were probably the least bad of the 5 I'm gonna mention, so we'll go over those 2 first. But first up, we have Olympea by Paco Roban, and this is Aqua. So this is like the even more fresh version, I guess, of the original. This one did not smell like the original Olympea. To me, this one smelled like an Alien flanker, and the one who actually pointed it out was Dennis, because Alien is a perfume he really enjoys. And I like Alien, but I do not like sugary candy scents. And when I say candy, I'm not saying like gourmand sweet, I'm saying like sugar candy, like tart, like Twizzlers, like hard candy. And it reminded me of like if I had Alien on and I was wearing one of those cheap candy like necklaces. I don't know if you remember those. They're like these necklaces that you would wear that had like these little sugar candies, and you would chew on it. The most disgusting thing now. They're disgusting. Think about it. Like you would chew on these candies and have this disgusting rope hanging around your neck. But anyways, now will lead me into my next one. This is another one that, again, if you like those kind of scents, it might not play like that on you, but this is another one that came off very sugary sweet. I can't remember who it was who said that it reminded them of like the pink Starburst, and I'm like, yes, it does. But that is Oscar de la Renta's Bella Essence, and that is exactly what this scent reminded me of. It did not smell, I don't think any of the Oscar de la Renta's Bellas, they smell similar. I do enjoy Bella Blanca and Bella Rosa. I did not like Essence. So I did pass that one on to someone else that could enjoy it, because on my skin it just came off too sugary sweet. All right, and then this one, the smell was okay, but it made me nauseous. And that is Interplay by Alexandria Fragrances. And this is duping the famous Maison Francis Kirk de John's Baccarat Rouge 540. I did get a decant of Baccarat Rouge 540, and they are pretty spot on. And both of them gave me the same reaction. I don't know what it is about that scent, but it made me nauseous. I didn't like it. It is definitely an unpopular opinion. That is a very well-loved perfume here in Fragcom. A lot of people love it. I do not. It made me sick. I tried to revisit it multiple times. I still have the decant. I did end up selling the Interplay, but I did not enjoy that scent. And then now we're down to my bottom two. First up is Serge Lutens Datura Noir. This scent on my skin smelled like screechy sunscreen and indolic florals. So I didn't like this scent. It came off very animalic and vintage on my skin, and it just did not work with my body chemistry. Again, this is a scent that people pick up like creamy coconut and suntan instead of sunscreen, and that's fine. I'm sure that's what you get. I'm sure that's how it smells on you. But on me, it did not play well. So that is one that, again, I got rid of that one. And then my number one blind buy fail of 2020 is Chopard by Casmir Chopard. This one is said to smell like apricot or like peach pie. I've heard different things, and this is another one that is very well liked, but it just did not play well on my skin. This is a perfume that, again, like the Datura Noir, was very animalic, and this one smelled a little like barnyard, compost, farm. You get it. It didn't play well with my skin, and that is my number one blind buy fail of the year. So now let's get into my top 5 perfumes of 2020. And these are perfumes that I put little dents in these. I love them. They're perfumes I look forward to wearing. Coming in at number 5, that is Versace Versense. You guys already know, if you see my videos, this is not men's cologne. This is a clean, fresh out of the shower man. This is a white t-shirt scent. This is clean. This is like a delicate white floral, because I know some people pick up the florals more. So whereas this scent is very unisex to me, a lot of women find it to be very like pretty. I do pick up the white florals more, but it's more delicate. Like, it's not heavy. It's not a heavy white floral scent, but it's more fresh and clean to me. So again, that is Versace Versense, and this is coming in at number 5. So the next one is Dancing Roses by Viktor and Rolf, and this is part of their Magic collection. This is a beautiful cherry liqueur, and then it dries down to a more, it does do a funny medicinal thing in the middle, but then it turns into like a warm, spicy rose scent, and then it does give me that Delina essence, the essence of Delina in the dry down. Like, this isn't a Delina dupe, but it does dry down to kind of give me like the Delina without the rhubarb. Even though this does have a tartness in the middle, which I think is what kind of makes it a little bit medicinal when it's doing its thing. I'm just thinking about it now. So sexy. Okay, so now we're down to my last 3. And 2's gonna be a shocker. I don't think anyone's gonna guess 2, but we'll see. Coming in at number 3, and this scent is another one that I wish projected a little bit more, but I love this scent. If I could swim in this scent, I would. But that is Van Cleef and Arpels Rose Rouge. This is a warm, spicy, boozy rose. I love spicy scents. And this is a really gorgeous, spicy, boozy rose. Love it. This is one that I would say there's only a handful of perfumes that I'm nervous and would want a backup of, and this is probably one of them. Just because I don't know that I would smell this again. I recently smelled Maison Lancome's, I think it's Roses Fragrenza, and I decided not to pick that one up because I have what I want in this one. I just wish that this projected a little bit more. The longevity is okay on this one, but this one's gorgeous. Coming in at number 2. I discovered this perfume in 2020 thanks to my girl, Maria. And that is Signorina Miele by Fragrenza. And the only reason why this one made it, because again, your mind can change. I know this scent. It's actually my scent of the day. It's the perfume I'm going to be wearing to New Year's because I've tested this out, and the projection and the longevity on this is stunning. And it's a scent I already know. If you've been rolling with me from the beginning, you know that Miss Dior Cherie was my unicorn. It was the one that got away. It was my Great White Buffalo.
The Great what?
Great White Buffalo.
Like, it's the perfume that I never got my hands on. Now, before discovering the perfume community, I fell in love with it, and then I went back and tested it, and I was like, this isn't the perfume that I remember. And later I found out about reformulation and blah, 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 blah. So I found out through the perfume community that perfumes get reformulated, and then I understood why the perfume, it didn't have that same spark for me. So it became a distant memory until I sniffed this. And then, you know, when a scent brings you back, I know exactly where I was when I sniffed this perfume. Not this perfume, Miss Dior Cherie. It was years ago. I was walking through the mall with Dennis. He had gotten me a pair of red Michael Kors pumps for Christmas. They didn't fit. So Dennis was like, well, do you want to exchange them for another size? And I'm like, I kind of wanted something else. Anyways, we're not going to get into that because I was being a brat. But anyways, we were walking through the mall, and I remember picking up Miss Dior's Cherie, spraying it, and love at first sniff. But at the time, I didn't spend that kind of money on perfume. It was expensive. It was like over $100, and this was years ago. And I moved on. Then I got this, and it took me back to that day. Like, I got transported back. So this is definitely a top perfume in my collection of 2020. Again, this is what I'm planning on wearing to New Year's because I want to smell sexy. I want to smell yummy. I want to smell feminine. And I want other people to be like, what are you wearing? That's what's going to do it. This scent is going to do it. And this is a very... it's another one of my like boozy scents. It's not overly boozy, but it does have like this boozy aspect to it. But I don't know if it's all these gorgeous notes in it. There's popcorn in here. There's caramel. I've said in my last video that everything in here is beautifully blended in this perfume. That I don't pick up those notes. This is just a gorgeous, feminine, sexy, fruity, floral. Stunning. And my number 2 for top perfumes of 2020. All right, coming in at number 1. So this was a love at first sniff, but the pillar of this scent was not. And that is Libre by YSL, by Yves Saint Laurent. And I got the original, which you guys know that I prefer the original, but I got the original in 2019. So that's why this didn't make it. And that perfume, when I first smelled it, I was like, I don't know how I feel. But I quickly fell in love with it. It's a perfume that is like a top for me. So when this flanker was coming out, I needed to try it. And this was love at first sniff. They're very similar. I'm gonna link my video of this perfume down below. Again, I'm gonna try and find reviews of all these, but this is a very bougie, luxe department store scent. I've said all this in previous videos. This perfume smells like a rich woman. It reminds me of an expensive mall here in Florida. I am a broken record. I'm not gonna keep saying it, but this scent is top for me of 2020. I do have larger bottles of both of them already. But yeah, guys, that is my top 20 of 2020. That is the end of the video. So I did want to cheers to the New Year's. And again, I know I did this in my last video, but I wanted to do it with some champagne. I don't really drink champagne like that. I only drink champagne like during special occasions. So I didn't want to buy a big bottle of champagne. So all they had was this Stella Rosa Moscato Rosé in this little baby bottle. And I don't like Moscato. It's a little too sweet for me. I like more dry, but I just thought this was so cute. And I don't have champagne flutes because, again, I don't drink a lot of champagne. I'm more of a wine drinker. But if you guys stayed to the end of the video, I want you guys to guess, because this champagne flute is my champagne flute from prom, my high school prom. If you guys can guess the year I graduated, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. And let's go ahead and reveal. I don't know if you can see it, but can you see that right there? Class of 2000. I feel old. In 2020, we couldn't have our 20-year high school reunion because of the pandemic. So this is as close to my high school 20th reunion I'm gonna get. So cheers, guys. So that will do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below, what were some of your guys' top and bottom picks, fails, best, worst of 2020? Leave it in the comments below, but that will do it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next video.